Watch your head. Endless riddles. Nothing but a void. Self-inflicted misery. Open sesame. Dreams the unknown. Just a grave.
It's on me.
Don't let me down.
Watch your head. Bust. Or maybe I'll take it off. Watch your head.
Harmony and unison. Expand your thinking. Bending the rules. Stars echo. Endless riddles. Nothing but a void. Watch it crow. Expand your thinking. Bending the rules.
Spend freely.
There's no backing out now. For me or you. Who's the little backstabber?
Watch your head.
Endless riddles. Nothing but a void.
Boing.
Open sesame. Glimpse the unknown. Self-inflicted misery. Not bad. Not
Watch your head. Bust. Or maybe I'll take it off. Watch your head. It's on me.
Expand your thinking. Time for a lesson. Endless riddles. Nothing but a void. Bending the rules. Open sesame. Watch it crow.
Watch your head.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Oh wait, probably shouldn't. Probably save that.
Time for game. Expand your thinking. Time for a lesson. There's no backing out now. For me or you.
You can probably do that.
Backstabber. Curious. Endless riddles. Nothing but a void. Open sesame. Glimpse the unknown.
Oh, that was a waste. That was a waste.
Stars echo. Expand your thinking. Give an inch. Bending the rules.
We did it though. Let's go. 69,600. 69,600. All right, cool. There we go. Pure fiction done. Easy.
Would you like to hear a
Easy,
story?
easy, easy.
I've got many more.
Pure fiction dunzo. Pure fiction dunzo. Yeah, we have Divergent Universe, Reset, Weekly Reset. How many pulls do I have? I might save up for Hyacinth if she's like the next healer. I think if she's gonna become the next healer, then I might save up for her. We are looking at already 4,000 Soul Jades, which is about 25 pulls. Well, technically at 26. So that's pretty nice. All right. Also, we need to start. We need to start on the story because I am lacking. I'm slacking, bro. I'm slacking on the story, man. No time. I had no time to do it, so now we're doing it, and we're gonna see how much we can get through.
Need something? If not, then I'll be leaving.
Trivio's memory has unveiled the very first prophecy. all shall fit Barrel to one, and that one person alone will witness the miracle, such as one will fate. Will of fate. If I take the Onyx trial, will the prophecy become to pass for me as well? Regardless, I must give a glad answer. Some time ago.
Ah, it's you, Cass. I finished the anthology of poems you lent me.
I thought you'd be too preoccupied to find time for reading.
Precisely because of these obligations, I felt compelled to read it swiftly.
Wouldn't all these preoccupations slow your pace?
On the contrary, knowing that time is limited can push one to overcome their limitations. The weight of these responsibilities seems to have enhanced my reading efficiency.
I understand completely. During my time at the Grove, the closer exams drew, the more efficient I became at tackling
Precisely.
Damn it. Hold on.
As I remember, you and Finon were both disciples of the new Sporists. I assume that Anaxa's exams were as unreasonable as the man himself, correct?
The courses Professor Anaxa taught were Introduction to Alchemy and History of Mythology. And to be perfectly honest, those two courses were the students' greatest nightmares.
The history of mythology taught by the blasphemous great performer himself.
Now that I think about it, students would often rush to the podium during class to challenge him on those blasphemous ideas. May I ask, Lady Aglaya, has your relationship with Professor Anaxa always been like this?
He openly dismisses people's faith and questions the very justification of the Flame Chase journey. Our positions have been destined to be at odds. While you were studying there, I assume you must have heard of his nickname.
Dromus draped in finery?
As I see it, this nickname is more of an insult to the Dromus. Despite his insufferable arrogance, I do hold a certain respect for his nature as a scholar. To remain true to his principles, he is unafraid to stand opposed to the world, and that requires considerable resolve. Anaxagoras' life is almost like a satire.
Anaxagoras.
As a Chrysos heir, he refuses to heed the
I
prophecy.
forgot this is his real name. You don't call him Anaxa, you call him Anaxagoras.
The gods have chosen him.
He doesn't like being called Anaxa.
Chosen by Circes.
Anaxagoras.
Is something weighing on you, Cass? The golden thread is quivering. I sense there's more to this exchange than idle chatter.
With all due respect, I'd like to know what you plan to do with him.
In light of his assistance in the battle against the Flame Reaver, I am willing to grant him some time to find a way to remove the core flame. However, if Anaxa decides to make any move that places us in danger, I will not hesitate to take extreme measures.
Extreme measures.
The Flame Chase journey is the destined path for the Chrysos heirs. Yet he now seems more like an empty shell. Given his strong sense of self-respect, I trust that Anaxagoras will make the right decision.
Still, I can't help but hope for another possibility. Perhaps Anaxa will also overcome his limitations. No.
I understand your stance. Let's continue this discussion another time. But now, let's greet our guest. You're here.
Me!
Does this mean you're ready to take on Orynyx's trial?
Wait, what? We are ready, Mem and me.
It seems that this sacred beast is just as indispensable, given their intricate ties to the Titan.
Thanks to you, I've evolved from a little dog into a sacred beast.
Surrendering the core flame is a Chrysos heir's duty. Your selfless assistance is deeply appreciated. However, I urge you to carefully consider the risks of accepting the trial. Becoming a demigod means forsaking your humanity. You will inherit Orynyx's divinity and bear the time of Amphorius, all on your own. From that point onward, your fate will be forever intertwined with ours, never to be separated again, until the end of Genesis.
Are you trying to talk me out of it? Is there a plan B?
It's exceedingly rare to find a capable Chrysos heir. If this path proves unattainable, I am willing to lower my expectations. There are still many priests of Yanissopolis and their descendants in the city.
Hello Fugu. Hello.
I'm left with no other option, I'll try to find someone worthy among them.
I never played Honkai games, but damn, I don't like Mem. Her ASMR would be torture. Yeah, that's true. Mem is like the equivalent, so far, is like the equivalent of like Paimon. If I do not descend into Ho will, seems like it shot in the dark. Exactly, we can't have the civilians bear the risks, can we? We've come so far and everyone is counting on you to be the hero. As for the trial, you have nothing to fear. The Time Titan will be willful at times, but they never caused us any harm. Myth has it that Orynyx opposes mortals, but to me, they just seem a bit timid, like a child.
It looks like you know that Titan rather well.
Oddly enough, I don't remember ever meeting them, but the moment I saw Riku, Orynyx's memories were already in my mind.
Memories that exist outside of your own experiences.
I can't explain why, but I can vouch for Mem's words.
Imagine being the VA for
When
Mem.
I was in the abyss,
Although
I
there
heard the
has been
Titans growl.
times where she was
Pain
actually
and
speaking like
grievances,
full-on like
yet
words and
without any
stuff.
ill will.
I trust you all to make the right call.
Since you've made your decision, go back to the bath chamber and get some rest. Trinem will call for you when the ceremony is ready. It is difficult for me, as the guide, to absolve myself from blame for things to have progressed to this point. Time and again, you have risen to the occasion for Akuma. Merely rewarding you with some honeydew is no longer able to express the extent of our gratitude. When the dust settles, I hope that we'll have the chance to have a long chat regarding your return journey and the curse of the sky. It's about time that we lift the taboo.
She gets
and
sophisticated when she
discuss
speaks
things openly.
normal. I have no idea. It's funny. It's like if I don't know how she is when she speaks normal. She doesn't even speak normally. She just speaks like from what I remember from the last story we played. She was only able to speak like many like different like
Mister,
just some words, not like
may
full-on
everything go
sentences,
well
but
for
like
you and Mem.
it's like some words.
It's nothing. I only came to discuss some matters with Lady Aglaya.
But we'll find out.
Previously, I
Maybe
learned her an
eventually,
anthology of
maybe she'll
poems
come
that
back
Lady
to normal
Triana
as,
gifted to
you know,
me.
just talking normally. I don't
Tracing
know.
back, this anthology was something left for Lady Triana by a bard before their passing. Although personal properties should be cleared out once their owner has passed on, Lady Triana gave this book to me since she knew how much I like to read.
Can you tell me more about the book? Is this book very special?
No, it's just an ordinary book. It's definitely not some kind of unique copy. It just contains an allegory. In a faraway land, in a city known as Styxia, a dragon corrupted by the black tide descended one day, swooping upon the city like death itself. It swallowed the princess of the city whole before it was suppressed. After taking down the evil dragon, the warriors discovered that the princess's life had already met its end. Overwhelmed by grief, the queen hired an alchemist to resurrect the princess using the dragon's flesh and blood. However, having lost memories of her previous life,
Foster Styxa met
resurrected
its
princess
demise.
turned into an evil dragon herself.
What a dark story. It must have been easy for Cass to narrate this story so calmly.
The author of this book is Archepia, a wandering bard who traveled to many cities. Among the things she left behind are poems, dictionaries, and many tragicomedy scripts. She even clearly underlined and took notes in books that covered myths with her elegant handwriting. While flipping through these books, I felt like I was afforded a glimpse into the life of Archepia. It felt just like I was traveling with someone that I'd never met before. It was as if she had yet to pass on and was still alive.
No one goes through life without leaving their mark behind.
That's right. Writing, drawing, and taking photographs. It seems like human nature to try and leave records of things. Speaking of taking photographs, when I was helping you to take the photo previously, I did not look through the photos in your photo stone out of courtesy. But I'm also very curious about the story of the Rosy Celestial Maiden. Despite having visited many cities in Amphorius, I still understand nothing about the world beyond the sky. If there is an opportunity... forget it. Let's talk about this in the future. For now, I only hope that you'll be able to complete the trial safely and obtain Orynyx's blessing.
Okay. I don't think there's anything else to do here in time to go back and talk to Don Hung. Don Hung. Oh wait, but your ass is muted in English, so...
Have
you heard? Seems like all the rooms... I'd love to go in and take a look.
Oh, Finon's here as well. Finon, what are you doing? Citizens Assembly?
That's right. Oh, partner, you're back just in time. This is something that the both of you should probably know.
Some good news, more trouble?
I wouldn't call it trouble. I just think it will be favorable if the both of you understand the situation in Akima better.
Do you remember the Council of Elders that was on the heels previously? It seems that they made their moves.
Some background information for you. The Council of Elders is an authoritative body in Amphorius, made up of different city representatives. They hold legislative power over the Holy City, and are in charge of presiding over the Citizens' Assembly held once every few years. This is the most important social event of Akima. It is highly influential, and can even affect what happens to the Flame Chase journey.
Oh damn, really? So glad doesn't actually call the shots.
Every 5 to 10 years, the Council of Elders organizes a Citizens' Assembly at Dawncloud. During the assembly, the representatives will vote on major issues, such as whether the Chrysos heirs led by Aglaya should still hold the right to govern the Holy City, and whether the Titan's conquest should continue.
Sounds like some sort of system to balance the heroes and the mortals.
That is correct. However, the problem lies in the fact that there are ill-intentioned extremists in the Council of Elders. They view the Citizens' Assembly as a way to restrain the Chrysos heirs, and hope to take complete control over the Flame Chase journey. We can refer to them as the Opposition. During the assemblies held in the past 100 years, the voices supporting the Opposition have been growing.
Honestly, wait, how long is this? Wait, hold on.
It's only thanks to Aglaya that the Flame
How long
Chase
is this
journey
whole
has been
story?
able to
I'm pretty sure it's
continue to
long,
this
but let
day.
me just see how long it is.
The
3.2
Citizens'
HSR
Assembly is just
full
around the
playthrough.
corner.
Full story?
But this
3.2?
time, there seems to be a new variable to the situation.
3.2. Full playthrough. Oh shit, it's like 8 hours. God damn. So I might, maybe I'll probably play through half of it then, if I can. 8 hours, okay. Wait, what happened? Citizens just around the corner, but this time there seems to be new variables to the situation. Honestly, it could be all of us. Is it us? No, although we might be mentioned, the Council Elders have another target in mind.
I'm afraid that the Council of Elders might want to take advantage of Professor Anaxa.
Oh, that's right, because he doesn't like... Because he doesn't his...
Aglaya will surely
Yeah.
take back Circe's core flame. But with Anaxa's current condition, it's so unique that nobody knows how taking the core flame away from him will affect him. He has always been someone that is only concerned about his own research.
He's technically gonna
Certain he must
die,
want to
right? If you
escape
take
from
the core flame out of
monitoring
him.
the golden thread and protect himself. If the opposition were to offer an olive branch at this time.
You suspect him. Oh wait, you suspect that he might betray the Flame Chain's journey and defect toward the Council of Elders?
Anaxa has never believed in the prophecy, so technically it cannot be considered a betrayal. However, he has taught many Chrysos heirs, and has long been considered an important ally of Akuma. I truly do not wish to see comrades turning on one another.
I have a better understanding of the full picture now. Is there anything we can do?
As I believe in his character, I plan to plead with Aglaya and try to buy more time for him. Then, the greatest way in which you can help is for you to know what I am fighting for.
We understand. Thank you for being honest with us. Things are piling up again. Riku and Mem are tied to the Onyx's trial, and while I'm preparing to visit the Grove to uncover clues about the world beyond the sky, let's just take things one step at a time.
Allow me to apologize for the fact that we always seem to be troubling you. I hope that Onyx will show more benevolence and be more accommodating. I remember that they seemed quite fond of you back in the Abyss. Go and rest and regain your strength. We'll meet at the Vortex in a few days. Oh, right. You can read this scroll if you want to find out more about the Council of Elders and the Citizens' Assembly.
Yeah, holy shit, I am reading that. Good lord, I'm probably just gonna read that off my own. Rest up and prepare to face the trial. The trial feels like it's just around the corner. I'm starting to feel nervous. Oh, there you go. She said nervous. It's not that soon. There are still a few more days until then. This is just an exaggerated figure of speech to express how nervous I'm feeling right now. Let's just hope that everything goes well. After all, as someone who has earned the gaze of an Eon, you should be able to overcome the trial of a regional god just fine. We've also unknowingly gotten used to sleeping with the midday sun shining brightly above our heads. Get some rest. Perhaps a new phase of our trailblazing expedition in Euphorius is about to begin. Alright, let's go. No time to waste. Let's go. A few days later at the Vortex of Genesis. Oh, there they are.
Onyx's vacant totem awaits. If you have already made your preparations to become a pillar of Amphorius, please step forward.
Oh shit, we about to become a demigod. Well, technically, we are one because you have powers from the Eons, but...
Little Gray and Mem, thank you. Your resolves cannot be questioned. We praise your pure selflessness and courage.
No,
We
I
carefully
forgot
light your path
Trian.
forward.
Get ready to assume Onyx's divinity, Trailblazer.
Alright, here we go.
The divine position of Onyx has already been vacant for some time. We can feel the space of the trial closing. As there isn't much of their soul left, we'll have to complete the ceremony before their soul completely dissipates.
Let's begin.
The eighth core flame coveted by the miracle that once belonged to the great Veil of Evernight, Onyx. It shall now be returned by the two elected heroes of the Chrysos heirs. A traveler who is upright and courageous, and a sacred beast that invokes miracles. Who? Both of you, please, come forward.
Ba-da-bum, ba-da-bum.
Recite along with us. O Majesty of the 12 Titans, pillars of the world, we seek your divinity to mend the rifts of the world. Fill our bodies with blood of gold, till we wither in willing service to the prophecy.
I don't think I have gold blood.
These are just words meant to make the prayer seem more solemn.
Please, focus. And surrender the core flame.
Click and hold to submit the core flame and complete your objective. Whoa. Oh. Oh. Sound of Onyx.
Their soul has been waiting for a long time.
Perhaps they're also quietly waiting for the arrival of their successor.
Wait for my return, my friends.
The last time I heard this, things didn't turn out that well.
Don't worry, Aglaya. He's tougher than I am, right?
Here we go. Oh, damn. Just dipped.
Traveler from beyond the sky. Let us pray that the Titan acknowledges your worthiness.
Although he loves cracking jokes at inopportune times, his determination is as strong as the Chrysos heirs. He will definitely... While he's away, I would like to have a chat with you, Aglaya.
Speak. I'm listening.
Damn, right now? I thought it was gonna be just two.
Slap, slap.
Slap, slap.
Wake up.
She speaks.
How is it? How do you feel?
What the f? See? Oh, she's talking. She's talking. Oh my god. How are you able to talk?
Right? I think that it's amazing too. Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3.
That's crazy.
I have such a cute voice. It must be because of all the memories that I collected. They allowed me to grow beyond expectations. Also, listen. The words of the Titan are becoming clearer.
Mother, it hurts. Have I finally reached the end? Are the years of isolation coming to an end?
Oryx. Oh, how heartbreaking. Ever since the figure draped in the black cloak robbed them of their core flame, they have been relegated to waiting in isolation in such a confined space. We are going to help alleviate their pain, right?
We should. That's why we're here. Right? That's the whole point, right? Should I use my caster's team? I think I should. Oh wait, but I have to change. God damn it, this is a problem of having not tribby. No tribs. Well, actually, I would still have to use MC, huh? I think. But even then. Hold on, let's switch. Just in case, we might need it.
Mother? Who are they calling out for?
I don't know who they're calling out for, ma'am. Where the hell are we supposed to go? Oh, we weren't even supposed to go here. Wait, my bad. You're going the wrong way. We're supposed to go this way. Whoopsies.
It's you.
Does Skyfather refer to Fuli? Oh. Titan's words are indistinct. Each syllable emerging from the mist seemed to be cloaked in frost, symbolizing memory.
Sky Father has chosen you.
I am the chosen one. A majestic voice pierces through the gold mist, reaching the unseen mountain walls in the distance, reflecting and returning to your ears as an echo, excuse me. With the echo, you seemingly could make out the cry of a baby.
Mother is no longer responding.
We come to you because we have of something important.
Something important, an important matter.
Orynyx, listen to me. Aren't you tired? Throughout the long years, you have always been protecting the fate of Amphorius. Each time people draw strength from within their memories, every single ripple falls onto your shoulders. There's no need for you to bear this any longer, Orynyx. From today onwards, someone else will bear time on your behalf. This is why we have come.
Freedom. Freedom. I want freedom.
Oh, poor child. Everything will be fine. Let us help you. You can have a good rest now.
Leave it to us, Titan.
You have potential, strength, willpower, powerful,
Tenacious.
tenacious. But you lack something.
I lack something? Oh no.
Just one thing.
Lacking something. What is it?
Oh, of course, we probably won't even know. Oh,
What you lack
and it's gonna cut off.
is
Oh, never mind.
a future.
I thought I was gonna cut it off. A future? I don't have a future?
Future?
Traveler from the sky. You should have dissipated already.
Should have died already?
The gaze from Skyfather. Stabilize your form.
So I'm technically dead already.
Because from the moment you crossed the sky, your life was cast away. Right now, you are simply a collection of walking memories.
Oh shit. Isn't that the same thing for Don Hung
What?
then?
How is that possible?
That's Don Hung then too, right? Do you mean that I'm already dead? Oh, that's crazy. So
The space is collapsing.
I'm technically dead. But that also means Don Hung is technically dead too.
If the pillar is lost, the laws of time will collapse. Amphorius will succumb to eternal disorder.
You haven't explained things clearly.
Time never compromises, never bears grudges, never forgives, never makes a choice. Child of humanity, Titans, Mother, Sky Father. Time restrains everything that exists in this world.
Orynyx's divinity, is dissipating? Is the trial coming to an end?
Pathstrider of remembrance, my strength,
Oh.
I shall entrust it to you. The fate of the world. If you wish to, save it. Go and find your future that has been stolen. Even if that means you'll have to cheat death. You'll have to challenge that. Hand of shadow, clasped with unyielding fingers.
Before the passing of 15 entry hours, go forth and reclaim your future. Also widescreen. This is the true trial of time. Oh, finally awake. It'll keep it simple. You succeeded. Ornex has entrusted you with their divinity. Now you're no different from a demigod of Enforius. However, Mem has told me about what happened during the trial, and they're still explaining things to the others, and told me to bring you back to the room to rest first. That must be joking, right? There's something that I've never told you. When we landed in Enforius, our car was pierced by Nicodor's lance. Do you remember? Back in the ruins in the abyss of the time, this is what I said. You passed out when our car got hit, and I blacked out too, but not before dragging you out. It was a good thing. It's a good thing we were in the car, or we would have been crushed to pieces. Actually, my account kind of made light of the situation. What actually happened was much more complicated. You were severely injured back then, with several wounds still bleeding profusely. I struggled to carry you out and used the last of my strength to stem the bleeding, but then I was also hit by a falling rock and lost my consciousness. The last time I checked, you still weren't breathing, but I regained consciousness and I saw you were alive and full energy, so I never brought this up again. How exactly did I come back to life? I'm not sure whether the gaze of Fulia has anything to do with this matter, but according to the Titan, you are living in the form of a memory right now, just like those objects of the past and the miracles of Ornex. Perhaps Mem is an anchor rope that ties you to the present. I assumed they couldn't stray too far from you, but the truth might be the exact opposite. What should we do next? It's not time for us to despair yet. There must be a way to save you. Ornex mentioned finding your stolen future or cheating death. Considering Maide's indestructible body, oh, fuck off! Come on. It seems to suggest that there is some kind of miraculous power in Enforius that can even reverse death. The key seems to lie in the hand of Shadow. Those whereabouts are unknown. Death Titan.
Hey, are you alright? I heard you two talking about Thanatos. Cass is also very concerned about the warning.
Is she gonna stick to speaking English now? She's not gonna do mem anymore?
She has left the vortex.
Let's go.
And returned to the garden. Shall we go and look for her? Thanatos is the Titan that Cass has always been looking for. Regardless of whether there are any clues, there's probably no one else that understands death better than her.
Let's do that then.
Oh, right. There's something that I have to tell you. The Chrysosaurs already know everything that has happened to you. I was too worried, so I told them everything. Please don't hate me, okay?
Oh god, she's acting like Paimon. Oh no. Now that she can speak English now. Oh no. No, please. No, it's okay.
Mister, I'm right here.
Oh, what? You hear soft voice, some coming closer, one step at a time.
Please stay there and slowly turn around.
Damn, what are these instructions? The book? For some reason you feel you have seen this scene before. You want to turn around, turn your head, but you glimpse a dash of purple brushing your... Oh, is that why we can't... Is that why we... Wait a minute. That's probably why we can't die from Cass. That's why we can touch Castorus. It's because we're technically dead. We're technically a living memory. That's probably why we were able to touch her. I just realized that. A chill seeps through your skin, spreading into your veins. Thump thump. Your heart begins to slow. At this point, I just want to close my eyes. Remember that your days where you gotta stay on guard. Spin around immediately and give casters a scare. Aside from your vision, your senses grow more acute. You feel the presence of purple sea. And then...
Please pardon me.
Subtle fragrance of unnamed flower fills your senses. Its sweetness. I need to take a screenshot. It's Casterus. Damn. Oh, she touching my face? She touching my face. Yeah, thank goodness. Yeah, I finally got to do a morning stream this time. You realize that you are still alive. No, to be more precise, your death was not thorough. The coldness of the initial touch dispersed as quickly as it came, and replacing it is the touch of fingertips and a tremble born of the trepidation that originated from the certain lanky arm. Her quivering finger gently brushed against your cheek, causing a faint tickle. She is touching my face.
Just as I expected.
Cannot feel anything.
I cannot feel anything.
Damn, that's crazy. So I am dead. That's crazy.
Back at the Grove, I was puzzled as to why you were not affected by my curse.
Yeah. That makes sense now. It all makes sense. It makes sense. It makes sense why we're not dead from her yet. Because if you, because for those who don't know, Cass basically, if you touch her, you basically just die. So, and in the last story, we were able to touch her, I guess, when she was pushed back from the, the enemy at the Grove. So we were able to touch her. And, you know, Castrus was like, oh, why can you touch me? You're supposed to die. But now we know that we're technically dead. We're just a living memory. And the only reason why we're still here is because of the Onorix, the time god, or whatever it is. That's crazy.
I'm sorry. I should have noticed that something was amiss earlier. Mister, if my abrupt behavior just now offended you, I hope that you can forgive me. I'm just thinking, if your soul has really left your body, as a mortician, I might be able to trace where it has gone to.
As a mortician, I might be able to trace it where it has gone to. That's crazy.
Did you find anything?
My apologies. Not as of yet. Perhaps I have overestimated my capabilities. But, mister, would you be willing to let me try again? This time, I'll increase the area of contact slightly. Perhaps the result might be different this time.
Agree?
I have never touched the living in this way before. If my actions are in any way disrespectful, I hope that you can forgive me.
Oh, again? Castrus wants to, wait, is this the same one that I screenshotted? Or is that a different face she's making? Hold on, let me just check real quick. Oh, it is a different face. Okay, I'm screenshotting that. I was like, is that a different face? That's definitely a different face. Alright, there you go. Hell yeah. Alright, Castrus once again places her palm on your face. Her shiver is calmed somewhat this time. Did you discover something?
I seem to have caught a glimpse of something. Your soul is currently roaming someplace and cannot find a way to escape. But perhaps it might not be a bad thing. If your soul is still wandering around, it means that we still have time. We have a chance to find it before the fingers of Thanatos sweep everything away. Clues. Just a few more. I need more guidance. The connection has been severed. With my strength, I'm not able to trace it. It was me. I was a little too hasty. Don't worry, mister. Although we currently have no leads, I will do my best to search for the whereabouts of Thanatos, bring back their core flame, and personally return to you the life that you have lost too soon. I know that I'm lacking in confidence, but I hope that you can keep this promise of mine in mind. Before I manage to deliver on this promise, please do your best to hang on. Amphorius needs you.
I'll do my best.
Lady Aglaya and Lord Finon are currently discussing some matters in the paths. They're worried about you too. If possible, please go there and let them know that you're well. Although, I don't actually know whether your current situation can be described as well.
No, I'm dead.
Also,
What the fuck?
please accept this Styxian fable. Reading can help one to focus and relax.
Yo.
I hope that reading this
I'm definitely
can help
not
tide
well.
you
I am
through this difficult
deceased.
period.
That's crazy. We've been dead since the beginning of this game, or since 3.0. That's insane. What the hell? And now I think this patch we're just basically trying to find our soul so we can become flesh again. That's insane. That's actually crazy. Alright, let's go. Let's go to Aglaya. Aglayers. Let's go. Let's go. Basically.
They're here.
That partner! Hyacinth said you definitely wake up. How do you feel?
So the Terran World knows about this. So you can even take the pulse of someone who's dead.
I beg you, please forgive me.
That's crazy. Mem is speaking English, fluent English now. That's crazy, bro.
You've completed
Thank God.
the trial of
It was starting to
time,
get annoying, but
And I have to admit that the process went better than I expected. Even in the end, that Titan's heart still showed a soft spot for humankind. However, I never expected that two people who have cheated death would appear in Akima at the same time.
That's what we have been talking about. Mighty has been in Akima for such a long time, but has no one thought to study his indestructible body? If there were even any minor breakthroughs, we wouldn't be as clueless as we are right now.
Many have had this idea, but so far there have been no results. If it were successful, Thanatos wouldn't have disappeared without a trace. Nevertheless, now is not the time for us to give up. At the very least, we can still see a glimmer of hope. Cypher. If anyone in this world knows
Cypher!
the
I forgot
whereabouts
about
of
her.
death,
I forgot we're gonna meet her in
it
this
would be
patch.
her. I'll try and get her to return to Akima, but do be prepared for a less than ideal outcome. Please understand that throughout the history of Amphorius, no one has ever managed to escape the clutches of death. At the end of time, Thanatos silently
Yeah, MC
awaits
never
all.
dies.
It is my duty. We too require you to bear the divine position of time. But before that, just...
What's wrong, Aglaya?
Omens always come in pairs. A tiny air current will eventually brew into a storm that tears the sky apart. It's Anaxagoras. He has initiated contact with the Council of Elders.
Oh shit.
In the end, it has still come down to this.
I earnestly hope that your assessment of him is accurate, Finan. Otherwise, the efforts of my teacher and I of the past millennium might be
Oh, I accidentally. Oh, we're in the view of Anaxagoras now. Or Anaxa. Ooh. Yo. Who the frick is this? This place is insane.
I'm back here again. I remember this dream. This realm is covered in a silk-like fog, and the land is barren and harsh. The crowd of travelers leaves tracks everywhere.
Hey! Excuse me! What is this place? Where in Amphorius are we?
Wandering traveler?
The mutters of the traveler are in a language I'm unable to comprehend. Or perhaps they're just distracted and ignored my question.
Tell me, which Titan reigns over this land?
What? These people are dying too.
Hand of Shadow.
Oh, the Death Titan.
Hand of Shadow Thanatos. Could this possibly be the Netherrealm?
Not Netherrealm.
Then where is this? River of Souls? The outskirts of the Netherrealm? Are you heading downstream toward the Netherrealm?
The Netherrealm. Nothing but an illusion. Titan rejects you. Me. Listen.
What? The traveler lifts their wrinkled fingers and remains silent. I look in the direction they are pointing and listen closely. There. A massive shadow brought the sound of rushing tides. The sound of tides. I can hear it. I hear it deep within the tides. Beyond the closed gates of the void world. A voice about to recount something.
Child of humanity, is it death's embrace you yearn for with such urgency?
Is that Circe's? Oh, it is. Yeah, it is.
Oh, you have awoken. Welcome back to the mortal realm. Your consciousness is dissipating much faster than I expected. Ultimately, it seems like the Titan's core flame is incompatible with a mortal body.
How much longer can my consciousness remain in the mortal realm?
In my estimation, at best, you'll see 15 more entry hours.
15 days and nights.
What is it? Are you finally starting to become attached to the mortal world now?
On the contrary, 15 days feels a little too long for solving a singular problem. Stop giggling. It's time for us to go. The messenger from the Council of Elders is almost here.
Let me ask you one more question. Are you really planning to betray Aglaya's will?
What betrayal is there to speak of when I was never loyal to her to begin with?
What about that white-haired student of yours? Acting so recklessly, do you not care about what might happen to him?
There will be a price to pay for blind faith. This is also a lesson for Finan.
How old is this dude? What the hell?
You truly are a strict teacher.
Of course. This is how I've always been.
Wait, can we trial him? I want to trial him. Oh, we can. Okay, hold on. I got this. There we go. Heh.
Sorry to keep you waiting, Lord.
Who the hell is
It's
this?
been a while, Lord Anaxagoras. I greet you on behalf of all the citizens of Akima.
For what?
And express my deepest regret about what happened at the Grove of Epiphany.
It's you. I never expected that you would personally come and meet me.
By carefully into Lantern above, I have come as a testament to the justice of the Council of Elders.
There are Antikytherans here? They have been a rare sight ever since the Chrysos War.
Antikytherans?
I extend to you my utmost respect, revered Titan. I am Lycurgus, though you may call me Lygus, holding an honorary position within the Council of Elders in Akima, and as the Theoros, I stand to protect the right of all upright citizens to express themselves freely.
You can see them too?
You know about us. We Antikytherians perceive the world through the amplitude and frequency of souls. Just as I am conscious that Lady WAAAAA is secretly listening in on our private meeting from afar. If necessary, Lord Anaxagoras, I can sever the golden thread to protect your fundamental rights.
The demigod should know better, for such is her station. Spare those poor threats, and just let her listen to my words. They shall serve only to unveil her own folly.
May I interpret this as you having a countermeasure?
Why does he sound so nervous?
I need not any plan, because she can do nothing other than petty espionage. As the Citizens' Assembly approaches, and with Orynyx's fall, any attempt to capture the core flame within me will only usher chaos and calamity. A truth she undoubtedly comprehends. While I, Anaxagoras, serving as the Grove's special envoy to Akima's Citizens' Assembly, have long known the extent of your abilities. Let's forego the formality of asserting authority, Lord Lygus. Lead the way.
Very well. Surely Lady Kindness would appreciate such assertiveness in an ally. She's been waiting. What? Is there something on your mind, Lord Anaxagoras?
Nothing, really. It's just a question that I contemplate every time before I ascend to Dawncloud. For the Titans, does the falling equate to death?
Ah, a pondering truly deep. Time is on our side. Do you mind sharing your reflection?
While all living beings must ultimately face their demise, Kefali has yet to meet theirs. Their journey continues unhurriedly along this long path.
Are you suggesting that Kefali may not have truly passed?
Yes. For dying implies an ongoing process, an action, whereas death signifies a static state, a definitive termination. In contrast to mortals, Titans exist on a grander scale of space and time, thus elongating their passage into death. The notion of their fall is but a misinterpretation born of mortal ignorance.
Ah, an intriguing concept, albeit challenging to substantiate. After all, Kefali has maintained a profound silence ever since the era Arasa, while scholars and priests alike have conveyed the message of the gods' imminent fall.
Perhaps the gods, in their arrogance, deemed it beneath them to reveal their perspectives to mortals.
Could you elaborate on your statement?
Why is this guy stumbling on his words?
Circes, the kin of the Skyfather as recounted in myths, now resides within my brain. Were I to inquire, Kefali would have no cause to refuse.
Oh.
That very well could be true. But what if the world-bearing Titan still chooses to remain silent?
In that case, the myths crafted...
It's worth a try. I believe, and I'd love to witness the fruits of your theory and the change it may bring to this imperiled world. Because I completely concur with you on this aspect. If the Titan has indeed met their end, any response from them would be impossible.
Oh. Oh, oh, oh.
Please.
What the hell?
The children of humanity have indeed created a spectacle.
Welcome to Dawn Cloud. The atmosphere here carries a greater sense of solemnity than the mundane clamor of the Marmorial Palace. Only esteemed beings grace this place, and among them I've received priests, scholars, warriors, and now we even have the honor to be in the presence of a Titan.
Once deemed a blasphemer, now a surrogate for revered divinity. The honor should rightfully be mine, shouldn't it?
I'll notify Kind. In the meanwhile, you're welcome to explore the vicinity, but kindly remain within the guard's view. Delaying the crucial meeting is something none of us wish to see, I presume.
Hello, Fentu. Oh, I forgot I don't have it on auto. Shit.
I'm well aware of Kindness's methods. There's no need to emphasize that.
As you wish. Your cooperation is much appreciated.
Alas, I had hoped for a brilliant plan from you, but it turns out you just left one cage to enter another.
Save your concerns. I know very well what I'm doing.
I shall depart to explore the surroundings then. Now that I look around, I wonder if there are any murals bearing my portrait around here. I'm quite intrigued to see how the children of humanity beyond the grove perceive another Titan.
Off you go. I won't be joining you. This Titan appears to be quite at ease. I should investigate the Council of Elders' recent activities first.
Be aware, I can hear you perfectly well from here.
Can't hide anything. Can't hide anything. Alright, let's see here. Ooh, chest. Oh, I forgot, this is in a whole new area. Whole new area. Okay.
I suppose I can just ignore this.
Let's go right. Is that a butterfly?
Even blasphemous scholars can come here, it seems.
Oh, it's what do you call those? I don't even know. Okay, what is this? Oh, hell no, it's those puzzles. Okay.
An
Wizened
Exagerous.
priest.
I thought that you had died to the Black Tide, just like the other scholars.
As Kefali's priest, are you not aware of the decorum of respecting the dead?
Surely you jest. You blasphemous heretics are not worthy of respect from the Supreme. Let me remind you that you're currently in Dawn Cloud, so you'd better keep your deranged language to yourself. I am no longer that altar servant from years ago who could only acquiesce to the commands of others. Now, I have plenty of ways to deal with people like you.
I'm not sure whether I should laugh or cry right now. I can't believe that a follower such as you could have been made by a creation titan. As I see it, a dead titan can't provide you with this level of confidence, right?
You. Seeing how fond of you Elder Kindness is, I shall let that slide for now. Leave immediately, and don't impede us from receiving the Supreme Being's blessings.
Seeing as we were able to hear of this matter from the mouths of others, it seems that Kindness is indeed quite sincere toward us. Perhaps this affair will proceed smoother than I had anticipated.
Oh my, what a thrilling confrontation. As expected of one of Kefali's followers.
Are you praising or insulting him?
Praising him, of course. As a believer of the god of deliverance, it is only natural that he detests evil.
Didn't you hear me? I asked you to leave. Go as far away from here as possible. Don't mutter to yourself like some sort of madman and disturb my meditation.
Damn, what an ass. The fuck? Okay. What a big douche.
Professor Anaxa!
Young scribe?
Over here!
Oh no. Okay, here we go.
Professor Anaxa? Word has it that the scholars of the Grove valiantly perished resisting the Black Tide. To find you here safe and sound, thank the Fates.
You could say it's the Fates toying with us.
It's only the Crimnoans and Idonians who chase glory through death. But your survival is a victory in itself. I'd settle for that gladly. So, are you here to report the incident to the Council? I heard that after the Black Tide devoured the Grove, Akuma would be next in line. Even with the demigod of strife standing alongside humankind.
Tell me, how much does the Council of Elders know about the Black Tide?
Very little.
Once Kindness and her followers learned of Circe's and Orynyx's fall, they proclaimed in the council that the Flame Chasers could no longer stand against the calamity alone. Yet, when the Crown Prince ascended to godhood and repelled the Black Tide, she immediately altered her tune, declaring that all was resolved beyond Akuma, with the only remaining menace now being Aglaya and her adherents. They might well make their move at the upcoming Citizens' Assembly.
No surprises there, those shifty opportunists. Thank you for your honesty, virtuous student.
Being an opportunist could very well be a facet of wit.
Shouldn't you be searching for
I was really curious to see how you would find the middle ground between both, but it seems as though this Kindness is much more ruthless than Aglaya. If so...
I'm afraid you'll be sorely disappointed if that's what you truly think. I've had enough of this. Could the 15th entry hour arrive any faster?
Okay. I don't want to do the puzzles later. I just want to get the story out of the way.
Oh, my.
Every plant, every tendril, no, even every leaf could be the embodiment of Circe's.
As a result, mere mortals who did not know what the Titan actually looked like chose to paint them as a giant tree instead. Their wisdom was portrayed as fruit, to symbolize how they shared their knowledge equally among the masses. Such exquisiteness indeed.
This mural is quite abstract.
I really can't tell whether you are praising or demeaning yourself. Now I'm quite curious whether the Reason Titan has studied figures of speech before.
Of course I find such stylistic devices interesting. For all we know, this could be the answer to the question, what exactly are we?
I, for one, am not willing to admit that I could look this ugly.
Was this the reason why you failed in your attempt to refine my soul when you were ambushed at the Grove?
Since you are aware of this, why did you save me back then?
From my perspective, this point alone was enough to separate you from the average person.
How do two lunatics coexist in the same brain?
Therefore, It seems that your journey to Dawncloud this time is not just to seek protection. What, then, is the intention behind your actions?
The entire plan is stored in my memory. So why don't you look there?
Then don't mind if I do. When you... Oh my! Even a member of the preeminent Seven Sages must hug his droma stall to sleep?
That's enough.
How unusual. Your soul is actually trembling.
Since our days are both numbered, I don't mind telling you more about it. This is a present that my sister gave to me. It's a doll that was made to look like our family pet.
So there are other members in your family, eh?
Don't you just love to pick through my brain? Go on, continue flipping through my memories. It won't take long. You'll discover the answer when you reach the memories of when I was 5.
Oh, the black tide is everywhere.
When I was young, I couldn't accept this outcome either. Georios, Aquila, Kefali, and you, of course. Although I prayed to every titan that I could think of for help, my efforts were ultimately futile.
This... Could this be the inception of your research into alchemy?
Indeed it was. Everything started from that verdant courtyard of yours. When I was pursuing my education there, I naturally also came to learn of Theseus's theory as well.
Oh, I remember that person.
Not only that, he also believed that life, as well as the composition, movement, and transformation of matter, all stem from souls themselves. This is why I thought that, since all living things stemmed from the same origin, why could I not sacrifice myself in order to resurrect my nearest and dearest?
Anaxa, you...
I did it, teacher!
But this is absolute blasphemy.
Ooh.
Regardless of how much freedom the Grove
Younger
provides,
Anaxa.
such an act could cause you to be burned at the pyre.
He's wearing like some... I was gonna say Dr. Ratio, but not really. That's cool
Your
though.
beloved, where is she now? Send her away from the Grove at once, to a place where nobody will ever be able to find her. Otherwise, the both of us will be judged by the Council of the Seven Sages.
Calm down, teacher. My sister, she's still not in the mortal realm. Even to this day.
What do you mean?
It was naive of me to think that I could snatch the deceased from Thanatos' grip by merely sacrificing one eye. Equivalent exchange.
Let it go, Anaxa. As one of my best students, I cannot watch you go down the wrong path without doing anything to stop it. Never do something taboo ever again. Don't disappoint the deceased, and never harm yourself. If you can do that, this classroom will still be yours, and you'll have a chance to live out your own life.
Since I was able to see her one last time, I have no other desires. You're right, teacher. It's time for me to start a new life.
I am sincerely glad for you, child. Now then, what topic would you like to study?
I wish to continue Thelesis' research.
Continue the research into souls, but you know that the Grove has long since understood his philosophy like the back of their hands. Even if you continue digging into this subject, your efforts will likely be futile.
No, teacher. After my fleeting glimpse of the deathly fog, I finally understood a single truth. Since ancient days, our understanding of the souls is but the tip of the iceberg. I may have lost an eye, but my view of the world has become clearer than ever. I have grasped the truth with my bare hands. Watch as I turn this farcical world upside down.
Damn.
Who would have thought such a secret lay concealed beneath that hefty eye patch of yours? However, this story doesn't seem to be connected to your plan. In fact, I'd say that they aren't related at all.
The answer lies within the tale. If even you cannot understand it, perhaps you should relinquish the divinity of reason to me. After all, it'd be a waste for you to hold on to it. My story ends here. Now it's time for you to tell me your secret. After all, this is what equivalent exchange means, correct?
As expected, you laid a trap for me to step into, unfortunately. Even if I was willing to talk about my past.
Oh? Are you saying that the renowned Reason Titan is now admitting a lack of wisdom? Your followers are going to be sorely disappointed by this.
Child of humanity, remember this. Being cognizant of one's ignorance is the greatest wisdom of all.
Now I understand. No wonder you asked me to answer your random, nonsensical questions.
Not only that, you're the only one who can shed light on my query. As the saying goes, onlookers see most clearly.
Is that so?
Lord Anaxa. I saw you muttering to yourself and was wondering whether you were caught in a delirium of reflective thought. I'm sorry to interrupt you, but time is of the essence. I have a message from Lord Lygus. Lady Kindness has met up with the Council of Elders and is awaiting...
It's finally time.
Damn, why do you say it like that?
Carefully. The one who created the world, and the one who bears the world. If you truly have not met your end, how will you answer the challenges of those who defy you?
I didn't expect you to agree to Lady Kindness's invitation. What a wonderful turn of events. To tell you the truth...
God damn.
Isn't that the Dromas draped in finery?
Avoid his gaze.
Ooh,
I
wait.
don't acquaint my...
Oh. Oh, damn. That is far away.
A student of Empedocles? I hear that his views
Holy
run
crap.
counter to the Venerationists.
This is what being a scholar is about. A collision of ideas only occurs when there are differences in beliefs.
Bro, this
And
NPC
it
is
is such
slow.
collisions that lead to progress.
Yet, in my view, there are only right and wrong perspectives, neither of which can coexist with the other.
Oh, the messenger's
What
just... Is
radical
there a puzzle here?
thinking. I guess
Oh,
this is
never mind.
why the children of humanity always squabble with each other.
Squabble.
Welcome to the Demigod Council, esteemed.
Lord Anaxagoras. Oh, I've heard so much about you.
head of the Nusporists of the Grove of Epiphany, notorious blasphemer, a Chrysos heir who bears Circe's core flame, a survivor of the Grove calamity. Did I miss anything? Well, if so, please be so kind as to enlighten me.
Since Lady Kindness is already well acquainted with me, I won't waste any effort introducing myself again. But then again, perhaps the customs are different here. Back in my hometown, there is a form of etiquette known as honoring guests. The host will welcome their guest with warm hospitality by treating them to fine wine and a cozy bed. And yet, ever since I arrived, I have not been welcomed with warm courtesy or ceremonial gifts. Instead, I am met with intense scrutiny. Even more absurd, the host has sharpened their blade and instructed their servants to lie in wait in the shadows. Perhaps you intend to cut open my heart,
Everyone, stand down.
Thank you for understanding. I am but a feeble scholar who is not used to the stench of avarice and blood.
No need to be humble, my lord. From my perspective, your courage and gumption are worthy of the reputation of the Seven Sages. Your bravery is more than adequate to accomplish our perilous endeavor.
So, you wish to start a war?
Well, since the Chrysos heirs are calling for war, we will respond in kind. Conflict is inevitable. Since Aglaia endeavors to suppress the virtuous commoners with blood of gold, we will not hesitate to display the rights and mettle the citizens of Akama are so entitled to. As to your question of whether peace is still a viable option, well, to that I can only say this. Everything hinges on the next citizens' assembly and whether they have a sudden epiphany amid the clamor of the masses. And since you, as a Chrysos heir, accepted our invitation, you have indeed given us a glimmer of hope.
What brazen arrogance. What you're saying right now is worlds apart from what you were saying before you retired your cleaners.
I don't deny it. After all, they're responsible for cleaning up any threats, and just a moment ago, you were on the side of the Chrysos heirs. But now that you're an ally of ours, we can continue talking somewhere else. As you know, I was fortunate enough to have the opportunity to discuss a treatise about the Venerationists with your teacher, Empedocles. Yet, it seems you subscribe to the Nusporists instead, Lord Anaxa. I've heard that this school of thought is one with many detractors.
Oh my god, you are so slow.
It's normal for ideas to have supporters and dissenters. Just like how there are two types of people in this world. Geniuses and dimwits.
Geniuses and
Welcome back
dimwits.
to the hub of the Demigod Council, Lord Anaxagoras. Surely you remember that countless eloquent orators have stood in this spot before and emerged victorious by stoking public sentiment with their words. And yet there have also been innumerable blasphemous philosophers who set themselves up for failure because they refused to defend their actions. This tiny stage is the most profound embodiment of Akama in centuries. In 15 days, this site shall also become the most important, as well as the final turning point in Akama's history. May the both of us carry out our duties with honor and lead the masses back toward the Erechrysia, a golden age with no death, strife, or trickery.
Oh my, 15 days and nights. That aligns perfectly with the date of your demise. Could such a coincidence truly exist?
Using death to prove myself fits my
What strong conviction you have. As expected of the hero who dared to stand up to the Gold Weaver.
As expected, she misunderstands you.
That's enough, Lady Kindness. Dispense with the niceties. I only accepted your invitation so that I can serve the commoners alongside the members of the Council of Elders. Don't test my patience with such superfluous formalities.
Oh, you say that now, but surely you also require my aid as well, so that you can stay alive even when being pursued by the Golden Thread?
You worry too much. She won't show her hand too freely, as she still needs to garner support from the masses at the Citizens' Assembly.
Even someone like me can tell that only a sliver of her humanity remains. Surely you're not asserting that she will definitely act in a rational manner.
As you're no doubt aware, Aglaya covets the core flame that I possess, which makes it the bargaining chip that allows me and the rest of you to negotiate with her. However, in return, I'll need the Council of Elders. You're well aware how valuable Cersei's core flame will be in the era Chrysia that you are desperately pursuing. Talk is cheap, so you'd better act prudently as well.
I understand. After all, this battle of wits is just a means for each party to acquire what they need. As long as your request is reasonable, the Council of Elders never shortchanges its allies. Since we're both intent on mutual cooperation, let's not mince words. Let us decide how much we can secure for ourselves and how much we're willing. Continuing from the earlier topic, she is the second most experienced Chrysos heir across the whole. Admittedly, there is ample reason for her to take your life. Yet your previous reasoning is quite sound. As a seasoned political animal, it's unclear whether she will actually cross that irreversible boundary. Moreover, she still needs you alive so that the Titan's trial can be completed. Is there anyone present who can swear by the sacred vow of Kefali and guarantee that you weren't in league with that woman before coming here? Are you just trying to...
She's prepared to execute me. She just needs vassals who... Oh.
If Aglaya required a suitably intelligent Chrysos heir, then I'm the best fit for her needs. However, it's quite evident that she has no need for a Chrysos heir who could break free of her control at any time. Since I believe in neither Titans nor the prophecy, there's no way that I would willingly walk on the path that she extols. Given how rigorously she enforces her principles, how would she ever accept a heretic such as me?
I understand what you mean. At the very least, the both of us agree that this tyrant who wallows in extravagance and greed is the greatest threat to achieving peace in Akama. The Council of Elders is willing to defend your right to live, just as we defend every oppressed citizen. However, I regret to say that sentiments in favor of the Chrysos heirs and Aglaya are only growing in magnitude. The peace that we are aspiring toward, as well as everything that we... Tell me, what are you...
Although the circumstance, the Council of Elders need, at the very least, I have...
In the name of Kefali, at this stage, it's clear that you and I understand the benefits to be won from this discussion. Let me put it, the Council of Elders has vowed to all citizens of Akaba that it will always remain loyal.
Surely you jest. My loyalty does not need to be proven. The fact that the Council of Elders is asking for proof of my loyalty is itself akin to a form of betrayal.
I am incredibly honored to have witnessed the both of you. As the Theoros, I have observed the following.
Oh. Well, I do believe that we might have a slight...
Feeling dissatisfied, Lady Kindness? Despite the Council of Elders' lofty residence on Dawncloud, it must still tolerate the whims of the Christ.
So you were holding back just now. Seems like you are better at playing this game than I. So tell me, Anaxagoras, now that you're an ally of mine, if Aglaya were to demand that I hand you over...
You can do as she says. Tell her that the Council of Elders merely wished to chat with me and had no in... However, by doing so, the authority of the Council of Elders will be as thin as papyrus that has been soaked in blood. Not only can it be destroyed at the slight... No. More like two, Corv. At the next Citizens' Assembly, that young lady who is synonymous with death will also be...
Oh?
Is that of importance to you? All you need to know is that I have a plan. In my opinion, you should be more worried about the impending threat. If Aglaia can seize me in full view of the masses today, she could also dismiss the entire Council of Elders in one fell swoop tomorrow. If that happens, the discussion that we've just had will turn into an utter joke instead. Is this the outcome that you wish to see?
Fine. I will but you do best to remember this. Fool the people and karma, unless, of course, you crave cruel.
Well, what do you know? That happens to be one of my rare...
I've got to say that you've managed to really impress me again. But shouldn't you be going after more?
Dying to know what I'm after, hmm?
I mean, I'm the reason Titan after all. It is in me to ask and seek answers.
Easy there. You'll learn the answer soon enough. I didn't bring it up with her purely because she doesn't have the means to give me what I truly want. It's as they say, the true masters of Dawncloud have always been the Theoros, who watches over everything.
Unexpected visitor. You know, you could actually skip all the pointless debate and come straight to me to seek an audience. I have no reason to refuse.
You may not, but kindness has. Whoever gets hold of Kefali's core flame will get to rule over Akama. She's wary of me, so naturally I had to gain her trust. I would say that debate was not at all pointless.
In my view, this individual has gone to great lengths to get close to Kefali. He might very well be plotting something nefarious against the Titan. Are you still willing to let him pass, knowing this?
Yes, very much so. All living creations are always free to visit Kefali's transcendent vessel. This...
How convenient it is to be able to hear what they say.
It is truly my honor to speak to a venerated Titan, and please, go ahead. Let me join you both on this... Oh, a bygone myth tells of an occasion where Kefali once answered their followers' questions on the peak of the holy
This guy's
mountain.
slow. You're slow too. Why is everybody
Their
slow?
followers have since believed that scaling this Titan cliff is one way of being with the god.
Oh my god.
Hear that? It's not every day that you get to climb a mountain with Circes. You should sing me a hymn of praise.
Titan hymns are beyond me.
Oh, we're going back to the area.
Go on ahead. Take this Yanis shortcut.
I have to admit, I never expected you to not ask me anything.
Because I know very well what it is you are after. As the saying goes, I believe Kefali will not deprive you of your right to... Putting a child of justice into a... It is my hope that you bring a much-needed change to this world, which...
Brink of destruction. Alright. So like what? We're meeting Kefali's? What is going on? Oh, damn. Oh yeah, this is a whole different area.
Honestly,
what?
This is my first time going up to Dawncloud's peak.
What a splendid view. Isn't it about time you recognize the magnificence of us Titans?
Well, I don't see how this place is different from those temples in the city. All they have are magnificent facades. And even though I've come this far, I'm still doubtful about getting useful clues from him.
I must be getting ahead of myself to be expecting to hear something nice from you.
Oh? Haven't you been in my head for some time now? It's high time you get used to how I feel about things. All right, we're just a short hike away from Kefali. No time to waste here.
Oh.
So the intellectual debate from earlier was too draining for you, huh? If Amphorius gets a new lease on life, you should focus on strengthening your body and stop shirking social interactions.
Save your concern.
The Titan is in sight. Can you make it?
Why? Are you going to carry me up if I were to fall now? I know how far I can go, so just hold your tongue and come along.
Fine then. I guess I won't say any more. I'll just wait till your soul dissipates completely to gain control over your body.
Wait. Who is that? Hey.
Huh? What should I be looking at?
Am I hallucinating?
Uh-oh, he's losing it. He's losing it.
Do we even get to see souls when we're close to dying?
Bro, bugging. The hell is going on over here? What? What are they even doing?
Oh? Why didn't you bring your favorite spear with you on this trip, Nias?
Nias?
Is that Strife?
It's unfortunate. The Black Tide destroyed every last inch of my calyx.
How could that be? Even a creation of Georios, from their prized ores and molten fire, couldn't escape the fate of destruction?
Hey, Sarces. Do you know a certain Nias?
Nias? No, not that I remember. How did you...
I just saw him. Nias. A warrior-like figure who was just...
No, I have...
Interesting. So are we seeing...
This is...
What the fuck? Oh, all these guys are praying to Kephalis. Oh. I was wondering what's going on here. Oh, I didn't... I just destroyed it. I fixed it and then I destroyed it again.
Go melt it down.
Ooh. There's a hand over there.
Enough about me. Did Kaos ever reply to you?
Well, regrettably.
Seems like the price of becoming a demigod is a lot heftier than we thought.
Kaos. Damn, I've never heard of this person. Which Titan's authority did he inherit?
Look on the bright side, Nias. Since we've come all this way, I doubt he'd snub his old friends, would he?
Let's just hope we mean as much as the world to him.
Hey! Are you seeing that same hallucination again?
Yes. It's still you and Nias, but you're now talking about a certain Kaos.
Kaos?
Never mind. I think I know what this is about. If things are as I thought, then they aren't hallucinations, but the souls of people.
What? But if those are the souls of the dead, then what am I?
Beats me. For all I know, you're just an illusion I conjured up in my dying moments. Let's just keep going. As long as I take in more sights and hear more stories.
Know your limits. Wander too far among the dead, and even I might not be able to save you.
I'm fine. If this is indeed as I thought, then this will be very amusing.
Another puzzle, a little butterfly. What is this? Perform a ritual. Very ritual. Ah.
So,
Can you keep going?
Of course. I'm just... If I knew we had to climb a mountain, I wouldn't have come along with you.
I guess this also counts as one aspect of the world-bearing burden. If Amphorius does have a next life, you may want to get...
Keep your sarcasm to yourself.
I'm not kidding.
I would sooner... I am Calypso of the Eminent Seven Sages, after all. Training would make me no different from those Helcalithist barbarians.
Calypso. She's one of the Seven Sages. No, she can't be. I would know her name if she really were one of the Seven Sages. Hey, Cersei's. Does the name Calypso ring a bell?
Oh, she gone.
Gone.
He did.
Doesn't matter. I can do this myself.
Oh, beautiful old world. Where are you now? Oh, legendary era Chrysia. Return to the mortal realm. Splendid gods once walked the paths we walk.
We're here. Finally. So, I don't get to ask the Titan my question. But all of you make for a pleasant surprise, nonetheless. Very well then. Let me uncover the truth for myself. Did I still fail to make it in time? Huh? So, I'm back here again. This is... I can hear it. I hear it from the depths of the tides. Behind the closed doors of the Void World. A voice ready to tell me something. This time, the voice is a lot clearer than before.
Oh.
Since we've come this far, let's just wait.
Oh, damn.
Nias and Miss Calypso, are you both here to visit Chaos too?
Is that Cass?
Yes, and we've been waiting for quite some time now.
Regrettably, he hasn't answered us. The worst case scenario is that he's already been over...
That's probably... Is that Cass? That has to be
crushed
Cass.
by the world-bearing burden.
You're overthinking, Lord Nias. I can still sense Chaos' soul in the area. And besides, we both know Chaos' nature. A deliverer like him wouldn't fall so readily, much less give up on all that he holds dear. Isn't that...
Yes. I have faith in him.
That reminds me. Why are you making this trip alone, Polixia?
Oh, my sister needs more time to make sure the flowers are fine.
Polixia.
Such a pity. Both of you have hearts kinder than anyone else. Yet you are born only to take over Thanatos' divinity.
Everything that I see and hear this time has left me shaken to the core.
It's Cass's sister.
What may seem like a mundane conversation is in truth a once-in-a-lifetime exchange that has revealed the ultimate answer to Cersei's question. The conjecture has taken shape and must now be solidified into a theorem. Next, I only need to seek verification from Kefali. By doing so, I can answer Cersei's question and reclaim my body. But no, I will not do that. That isn't important, because another one of my conjectures, one that I have always dreamed of proving, fusing a mortal soul with that of a Titan to replace said Titan, is not a ludicrous idea after all.
Nope. Dawn Hung. Oh,
What are you thinking about?
just amazed how this towering tree is Cersei's divine body.
Is that so? You don't look the slightest bit amazed, though. Plus, you seem to be strangely familiar with the city around the Great Tree.
Merely something from the past that I won't go into.
Events of the past, huh? I was also a child when I looked up at Cersei's. Their leaves and branches reflected the sparkling stars, and their trunk was like a pillar that supported the sky and ground. I stood at this very spot back then, imagining the day when I could climb to the top of this tree. Because
you're a sky priest, yet you study at a place that is home to the Raisin Titan. That's rather counterintuitive.
don't read too much into it. I mean, can mortals even hope to reach Aquila's realm? They're a strict and draconian god, nothing like Cersei's. Reason is willing to share what is theirs with others, but Sky only expects people to revere them. You get what I'm saying, right, Denny?
Danny?
After all, the titan that imprisoned you and Grey here in Amphorius is none other than Aquila themselves.
Yes, I didn't count on provoking the ear of the local god.
But there will always be people who dream of soaring towards the sky. The Grove has a wealth of research on Aquila, and that is exactly what we are here for. It's just, I never thought Grey would meet with something like that before we set off. As a physician, I should have been there by his side.
Bad luck tends to come in streaks, so don't beat yourself over it. Besides, Aglaia needs you. She needs. Wait, what? You here to uncover the truth behind what happened to the Grove? Let's just make it the most out of this trip, and keep a lookout for any documents related to the Death Titan. They could be useful.
Yeah,
to me.
There's no rest for the weary, huh? In any case, what we're looking for could be anywhere in this enormous grove. Let's split up to cover more ground. Danny, with your skills, I'm sure those monsters...
Will you be on your own?
Have you forgotten that you're talking to the chief physician of the Twilight Courtyard? Have more faith in me. I'll be just fine.
Silence here is nearing deafening. With the vast amount of knowledge it holds, this academy is keen to a labyrinth of information. Even the cleverest of scholars would easily lose their way in here. I should gather my thoughts before heading in. You know, let's go. The clock is ticking. I should search for more clues as I move. Oh, we're back here again. Alright, Dawn Hung's POV. Black monsters are consistent form in the okay no. These are the remains of the black tide monster. It does look different from the Titankin from up close. Scholars debates. Okay. As I expected, the Grove doesn't forbid discussions about the sky. It debates between two scholars about the sky ships. Aglaia also made mention of the ships when she interrogated us, a memory I'd rather forget. I'll hold on to this for now. With any luck, this journey won't leave us empty-handed. There are enemies. What the hell? Okay.
Really now? This is way more trouble than I could have asked for.
Need a hand?
Or you could sit back and watch.
I can't tell if you're serious or not, but being hard to read isn't about its perks, I suppose.
I'm kidding, Danny. Lend me a hand, pretty please.
Oh, I didn't even get to...
Step up, let's see ya. I'll overcome the thorns. Torment and doubt, farewell.
As you wish. Wilt here.
I'm about to die.
Time to mix things up. I can't think nice, second, my friends. Indulge yourselves!
I don't think I really need to.
I heard the cut.
As you wish.
Nothing. How's this taste? I'll overcome the thorns. Serenity is before me.
I don't really need to use your ult. Unnecessary. This place is practically in ruins. What happened? There shouldn't be this many monsters here.
The Black Tide is remarkably quick to detect the light of Amphorius. So or rather, the blessings of the Sky Priest in me, might have unknowingly called them to me. Anyway, never mind that for now. Here, you might want to have a look at this.
Debates. More debates. And Nexicor sees the scholar who fused himself with the core flame of reason.
This is new. I didn't know Professor Anaxa was researching the sky. He's never mentioned anything about it.
Finan said Anaxa might be opposed to the flame chase journey.
Might is an understatement. Anaxa has never been one to venerate the gods, nor has he ever found it within himself to put any faith in the prophecy. People have come to think of him as a... Yet, it is also this very blasphemer that Cersei's favors. Fate sure works in mysterious ways.
I picked up a scroll on my way here too. It looks like it might be related to the one you're holding.
Oh, let me have a look. By the looks of them, these scrolls are records of two conversations that took place in the same setting, one after the other.
There's still much about to grow. Do you mind if I ask a few questions?
Go ahead.
Nope.
Anaxa often says that every failure brings us one step closer to the truth. Perhaps, to him, the crash of the sky ship carries a different interpretation. The firmament is not impenetrable. It's a
Oh my god. Don't worry about it, we'll just collect everything we can find for the Titans and now. Something else that caught my attention though, this says that Anaxa is conducting secret experiments of some sort.
That's what I'd like to know. What are these experiments he's involved in? Even I, the assistant lecturer, know next to nothing about them. I have a bad feeling about this.
Sounds like she's...
Could there be more to what happened at the Grove? This is the Library of Philia, a place where the Grove stores its collection of tomes. Other than books written by the 7 schools, you can also find philosophical texts, ballads, and religious writings from the Outlands here. Cities that desire to learn from the Grove were apparently expected to contribute knowledge of equal value to what they saw. We've had more than our fair share of hilarious episodes over the years.
That doesn't seem like a nice thing to do.
Nice? No need to hold yourself back, Danny. You can just tell it like it is. Their
well, if you don't mind, did the Grove ever rob Classroom Camros?
got me there. Some said you couldn't even find a dictionary in Castrum Kremnos, so I guess they were spared. There are too many books in the Library of Philia. Flipping through them all will take too long.
There's still several more scrolls strewn all over the place. I'd rather get them while you pull those texts. Okay. These are compliment letters from the scholars about Anaxagoras, the blasphemer. There's a thick stack of letters. Based on the dust accumulated and the perfectly intact seals, the complainant did not even bother opening them and just chucked them aside into the corner. This is about Anaxa? I should read this. Saisone should come and have a look at this too.
Ugh, it's so dusty in here. I can already see what they must have written.
Does Anaxa hold that much influence?
Why else would they call him the Great Performer? When Anaxa established his school of thought, the first thing he apparently did was read his own work to everyone. Are the Titans truly an accurate reflection of what humans think God?
An uncanny impersonation. What happened after?
They marched him straight to the seat of judgment before he could finish. Though what he took on in the end was more of a debate than an actual trial. He had to address every one of the scholar's allegations, or face expulsion from the Grove. The first allegation was... Do you agree that since the Titans created the heavens and...
Am I supposed to put myself in Anaxa's shoes and answer that? As in told in the myths to see the sky...
Anaxa would have probably been spared a lot of trouble if he had answered this way. Instead, he quoted past needless to say, his critics didn't take kindly to his answer. You claim to be studying souls, yet you are, in fact, defiling them and committing acts condemned by the gods. Do you admit it?
That's a serious allegation. Did he really do that?
Anaxa always wears an eye patch, never removing it, even when alone. Some say he used one of his eyes as an alchemical ingredient. Every being in the world owes their safekeeping to Kifili, and this is even more so for the Chrysos heirs who have divine blood coursing through them. If thankfully they had no way to prove it, so it amounted to nothing more than an allegation in the end. One by one, Anaxa engaged in wars of words against those who would challenge him. Toward the end, a scholar asked him, Anaxagoras, have you any respect for the gods? It was only after a brief silence that he answered, I have never denied that Titans are meant to be noble constructs. Yes, I'm not sure how that controversy was eventually resolved, but what's for certain at least is that Anaxa was allowed to stay in the Grove where he continued his research, despite being regarded as a heretic. By the way, this stack of complaint letters has reminded me of a place in the Grove. I'm talking about Anaxa's...
Given the Grove's meticulous approach to archiving, could there really be such an oversight right under their noses?
It's a well-kept secret. Among the 7 sages, excluding the nominal chief sage, each has a private sanctuary where they can conduct research undisturbed in their free time. Even the administrators of the Library of Philia are restricted from accessing those places and documenting the sage's research. But with the Grove in this state, I'm sure Anaxa won't be mad even if we sneak into the lab for a short while.
Alright. Oh, wait. Let me on. Okay. Come on. Okay.
this is the place. But where is everything?
Nothing.
Materials for alchemical experiments, matrix diagrams, and even the seal to the lab. They're all gone. Did the Black Tide destroy it all? No, not even close. Not only are alchemy experiments high-risk activities, but Professor Anaxa also has a penchant for using bizarre materials. Students often saw him walk in looking bright as rain, but come out covered in soot with his hair singed. Naturally, no one dared to come near this place. Huh? That bookshelf over there seems to be the only thing still intact.
There's one scroll left. These materials are requested by Anaxagoras, documents from various fields that have been compiled in one place, including the Titan creations, the University of Seoul, alchemy, doctrine, and so on. Most of the materials look to be within the research domain of the Nosporist School of Thought. Oh. These appear to be quick enough to examine the background of the crosshairs.
Going on? Anaxa is conducting research on our friends in Alchema and...
This journal contains several intriguing points. Though through alchemy, Anaxa aims to refine the golden blood in the crosshairs to a degree of purity equal to divinity. Must be what he means by close to true purity, but treating both Titan creations in the human body as materials to be used in alchemy experiments, that's rather extreme.
Danny, look at this.
Hastily written journal 2. These documents appear incomplete, judging from what's left behind. The importance of alchemical formulae have been taken away. Only the author's reasoning remains. Previous approach to flaw has flaws. Fusing human souls with the Titan creations does not purify golden blood. Even pure Titan creations are contaminants to the Cryosaurus golden blood. Soul fusion between humans and creations merely repairs impurities of the soul or maintains a connection to dying souls. While creation myths tell us that the Cryosaurus and other creations were all made by Titans, their nature differs fundamentally. Titans' creations are no intermediate products of an alchemical process, and the Cryosaurus are closer to Titans than the creations. In other words, I should not have considered Titan creations equal to Cryosaurus. The hypothesis I should focus on is the one point towards the Titan themselves. Such rare apparent chances to study Titans demand a meticulous selection of research subjects. Living Titans prove impossible to restrain. And dead Titans offer no insights worth pursuing, but dying Titans, they are perfect research subjects. Only by understanding the fundamentals of creation can we ensure perfection at the moment of everything. Through birth, through my own hands, I will melt the Titan and reach the true essence of the soul.
My biggest fear. It's come true. After going through his notes, I think I can piece it all together now. Anaxa was carrying out experiments on soul transmutation.
You mean he's trying to reconstruct human souls alchemically?
Yes, this is what he was secretly conducting research on. Something he had to keep hidden from others. Compared to his public speeches, this is the real blasphemy. Do you remember when the Black Tide was approaching? The Grove had planned to send Cersei's core flame to a safe place.
But Zeus took it over his body and resurrected him, which led to this situation.
That's right. But what if Professor Anaxa's fusion with the core flame of... Put yourself in his shoes, knowing that the Black Tide...
I'd put my theories to the test no matter the cost.
When the Black Tide came, the true reason Anaxa headed to the Luminary Throne was to transmute and fuse himself with the Titan's core flame. No. Judging from how he reacted after the event, the results came as a surprise. Maybe he failed to consider the possibility that Cersei's would make a similar decision. The manuscripts detailing all the alchemical formulae have been taken away.
We've been taking them from other purposes.
What? There's only one Titan left in the world now. No. No way.
To convince or conceive an entity of perfection, one must first understand the principles of creation. If an nexus is in Akuma now, that means...
He's after Kefali.
Oh.
Sir, this sky above us, it's not real, is it?
Of course not. This is just an image from a projection device used for educational purposes. A simple trick. The day-night cycle has been lost to this world. So that students like you may still learn about the night sky, astronomers have harnessed the Titan's miraculous power, much like how the sky above the Holy City is also illuminated by Kefali's dawn device.
So, the skies of Akuma are fake too.
Hello, Karen-san. Knock knock. Who is there?
You mustn't conclude that, Inoxa. You should know that only a child would expose a trick and be proud of it. Often people know more than they let on. They simply choose to feign ignorance because they have no other choice.
Then they're just deluding themselves. People believe in Kefali's tale of Genesis, accepting wholesale whatever the priests preach. But we're different. We've already walked out of the firelit cave of ignorance. We have already realized that we live in a world where Titans make the rules. Even when we look at the sky, we're only seeing what they allow us to see. Rather than gazing at this mockery of a night sky fabricated by them for the rest of my life, why shouldn't I be the one to take control of the projection device instead?
So much time has passed since you sowed the seeds of doubt in my heart, child. Many a night, I find myself penning down all my theories and wild ideas, only to burn them to ashes when I open my eyes in the day.
Why? Because we'll face death by burning if word gets out?
As a sage of the Venerationists, my soul has already become inextricably linked to the great tree. Every word I say and every move I make is certain to influence every leaf, every branch, even the tree itself.
I guess I'm alright. I'm just finally glad I'm able to do this now. I finally got time to do this. I've been holding this off for like so long, and I'm finally doing this story.
My days are numbered. Instinctively, I have my doubts about
But I'm
the
alright.
blood and the human soul, yet I have no means of verifying them. The golden blood in my veins is woefully thin, and I am loath to waste what little time I have left obsessing over a hypothesis that cannot even be proven in the first place.
Yep.
But I can, sir. I can do it for us. The time is right. Give me all that I need, and I shall accomplish this grand feat on your behalf.
You're right. I shall do just that. In the next meeting of the sages, I will spare no efforts fighting for the rights you deserve. Go. Establish your own school of thought.
What kind of games I like? I like playing gacha games, as you can tell. I like playing these, and also rhythm games. But that's pretty, well, I guess shooters as well, but I don't really stream those, to be honest. I just play those on my own.
Become the one who
Sometimes I play like RPGs as well, but ultimately I like to play just like gacha games and sometimes rhythm games.
Child of humanity.
Oh, there's Cerseus.
You didn't go to such lengths for an audience with Kefali. Just ask him a few questions, did you?
figured it out. If I were as foolish as a Dromus, perhaps I'd throw myself down and prostrate before their greatness, begging for the gods' prophetic wisdom. Well, sorry to disappoint, but I'm no Dromus. Alas, I am a human, standing tall on 2 feet, possessing both intellect and pride.
Before such power, does it make any difference whether you're a human or a Dromus?
I'm sure you're familiar with the story of the Styxians. When the raging waves threatened to swallow them, they didn't just give up and become sitting ducks. No. They constructed a dam that kept the roaring tide at bay, chaining down the mad Fagusa. They call me a blasphemer, Xerxes. But that doesn't mean I deny the existence of gods. It's just, as I see it, Titans are simply a force that mankind has yet to find a way to tame.
Well, I enjoy this game. That's for sure. This game... There's Endless. And then... There's Wuthering Waves.
Power that
That's
rivals
it.
the Titans is what you crave. Why not conform to the prophecy and brave the trial?
Why stop at harnessing the power of the Titans when I can do so much more? The source of life is what I wish to grasp, to understand what makes up the soul, and to learn what we really are. Thanks to you, I've had the chance to personally verify, in more ways than one, that the soul indeed ceases to exist in death. But where there is death, there is life. And where there is an end, there must also be a beginning. How then is a soul born? That was the only unknown variable left in my calculations.
And by the sound of it, you have already formed a conjecture.
No, I have already drawn a conclusion. In my journey unto death just now, I finally saw the answer with my own eyes.
Professor Anaxa,
Oh.
I'm here. His life hangs by a thread. I must ask you to refrain from taking any unnecessary steps.
Of course. I'll bring this to a conclusive end, and give you the answer you so desire.
But this game... What game?
However,
What game do you want to talk
in accordance
about?
with the principle of equivalent exchange, I must also demand from you what I need.
Wait, what? I also... oh.
As you wish.
Don't you care to know what the price might be?
It's a matter of uncovering the truth about the Death Titan and his survival. This may be the only time I can ever save someone's life. There is no need for me to think twice.
But tell me about this game. Oh, well, it's a turn-based game. Turn-based gotcha
In that
game.
case, let the show begin.
What?
Indulge me. Am I correct to say that you intend to prove Thanatos' whereabouts and prove the nature of our existence now?
Before I begin, I must confess I had been stuck in a cognitive trap all this time. As unrelated as these two propositions may seem at first glance, they are in fact logical equivalents. They are merely two different ways of telling us about what the soul is at its core. The reason I say this is as I've mentioned earlier. The answer was hidden in my journey unto death.
Anaxa, You were in the Netherrealm?
Yes, I am but a living dead man now. But that's not important. What truly matters is, I overheard a conversation between heroes. That's not all. Remember how I said you were a part of that conversation too, Circes?
And I've told you that I have no recollection of such an event. That was likely just an illusion conjured up by the mind of a dying man.
Of course you would remember. Because that wasn't you. That was Calypso. One of the 7 sages of the Grove.
Calypso?
Huh? Oh, that's the name I made up on a whim when speaking to this girl. How do you know of it? And surely you jest. Don't you think I, of all people, would know if that were the name of one of the 7 sages under the shade of my tree? Don't you claim to know the Grove's
yeah,
past
basically.
like the back of
You
your
just gotta
hand?
think more. Well, even then, I think even if it wasn't turn-based, I think you still need strategy and thinking. But this one is like, obviously you need.
It seems you've lost even the memories seared into
You
your
need.
soul.
You definitely still need that.
Use your head, Circes. Since all of this took place in the realm of the dead, it stands to reason their likenesses are of souls from the past. The living cannot step foot into that world. So who could they be? Think about Calypso. Why does she share your likeness? Yet you have no idea who she is. The answer is evident, is it not? Those fallen heroes are the mortal incarnations of the Titans before their ascensions to godhood. The gods aren't master creators born out of thin air, and they are no different from humans, because they all evolved from one. Does this answer disappoint you?
Yes, because you've answered nothing. If I'd...
Even on the off chance that you speak the truth, this brings us no closer to grasping Thanatos' whereabouts. How are we to find them?
I knew you would say that, but it matters not. I know what I'm doing. Actually, why don't we have this supreme being standing before us tell us everything?
You can revive a Titan?
Humans cannot return from the dead. Neither can gods. But all we need to do is look at this from a different perspective, and the problem will resolve itself.
You play any other games?
The solution
Not
is
much. Not much as
like what
I
you
play these games.
If I'm reborn as Kefali, I can rebuild the world and all within it as they once did.
In the meantime,
I have news from Hyacinth and Danhung. Anaxa might be trying to do something with Kefali's divine body.
Kefali? But what could Anaxa want? Is the Council of Elders going to sit around and let such a sacrilegious act unfold?
That is not possible. He is indeed the great performer, capable of fooling anyone and everyone with his tricks.
I'm sorry.
No need for guilt, for this is good news to us. The Council of Elders has found themselves a traitorous ally. Anaxa's ambitious desires will be something we can exploit. What we should be doing now is to keep our eyes peeled for whichever trickery Kindness is up to, and react accordingly to thwart her plans. Being Akima's political center, the Demigod Council holds just as much significance as the Vortex of Genesis. Someday, after my duty is over, this site will take the place of the battlefield where you hunt gods. Become the next challenge you are to overcome.
probably about like maybe a year now, but recently I haven't been.
Till then,
I haven't been doing much because I've been busy, so.
preposterous! The Christos heirs only have their standing because of the Council of Elders! How dare they trample over it!
Oh, these people are shooting daggers with their eyes.
It's been a while.
Peros.
What is that supposed to mean? Is this really the sort of person that the young lord praised as a...
It has indeed been some time, Lord Krateros. What brings you here in such haste?
Shh. Keep it down. Be more vigilant. See those duplicitous dogs over there? They do the dirty work for kindness. I've already ordered my people to hold them back, but we should still lay low. Unless you're itching for a bloody fight to get a workout in.
My bad. So, did something happen?
Did you hear thunderclaps last night?
Thunderclaps? It'd be hard not to notice thunderclaps in broad daylight.
Thunderclaps are beacon signals of strife. They are a message from the young lord. He threw a spear bearing several words in Akama.
Watch out. The Flame Reaver is back.
Oh, shoot.
I guessed as much. We didn't actually kill them back at the Kremnos Arena.
I figured this is something you would want to know. We Kremnoans never back down from a fight. So if you plan to take that thing down in a battle, reach out to me anytime.
You have my gratitude.
Remind her to be on her toes while you're at it. That vicious kindness has been unusually active lately. Those lackeys she keeps under cover have been going in and out of the city a lot more frequently these days. Some even seem to be getting Kremnoans to defect to the council.
That's...
Looks like you can see it for yourself.
We should get back. Thank you
Oh,
for
yeah,
the intel, Lord
yeah,
Krateros.
yeah.
By Catherly into Lenten above, as the Theoros, I have...
Aglaya, what happened here?
I know about the poisonous fangs of that king snake through the golden threads. In the past, I would be confident about keeping her in check, but I admit I am now unable to do so.
What do you mean?
It is no longer about eloquence or arguments. I have been a demigod for far too long that I hardly have any humanity left. Before I realized it, I have become no different from these hypocrites. No longer This has come a lot sooner than I expected. But perhaps it is time. I need you to step up, Finan, in order for me to retreat behind the scenes.
Yes, this...
It is far easier for the Council of Elders to fool many than just fool one person. Their so-called more support is no more than a ruse to distribute power using words instead of lances. There is no glory in winning this debate, but that makes having respect for humans so much more priceless.
I appreciate what you've taught me, Aglaya. I hope we'll live up to your expectations.
What? Are we actually gonna have a debate? God damn it.
Oh, you've done well, Lord Calictus. Let me take over and personally close this debate for today. Dearest counselors, let it be known that I sorely miss the blissful times portrayed in lyrical poems. Back then, Amphorius was home to yet, in the present, people from all over are forced to leave their homeland to seek refuge in the holy city, where they hope to rest under Kefali's protection. All of us have long been in the same boat with no way out of this plight. We didn't have a choice in the past, but now the Council of Elders brings to the table a new possibility. All I have... Would you rather strive toward the unheard of Era Nova, or return to the prosperous Era Chrysia of our past? Now, which of the two would lead mortals to...
Streaming PC or console? All PC. This is not, well, it is on console, but not for But yeah, but I don't. Either way, I don't. No, PC's how I stream. Thank you so much for the follow, Karen.
We all know that Erechrysia is a thing of the past, Lady Kindness. Please, enlighten me. How does the Council of Elders plan to turn back time?
Let the three Titans of Calamity be born, and Erechrysia is nevermore. But bring demise to those Titans.
Nexa's here.
Know that the Council of Elders is never one to make empty promises. Look at who we have. Anaxagoras, one of the Grove's 7 sages. And Castorus, Idonia's goddess.
Follow your channel so that I can join you. Yeah. Thank you.
With the help of these 2 heroes, I can promise all of you that...
Aren't they Chrysos heirs?
It's clear from the start that these heroes do not get along well in their group. All the more proof that Aglaya is unfit to speak on behalf of every Chrysos heir.
Castorus? Why are you standing?
You finally arrived, Naxa.
Don't worry, Aglaya. Well, I know that you have many queries. Could you continue to converse like how the citizens normally—
Tell me, dear if we successfully retrieve and return Thanatos' core flame without anyone passing the Death Titan's
The answer is simple.
He's one of the 7 sages. That's impossible.
What do you like to do in your spare time though? I mean, nothing much really. It's just play like games that I don't feel like I want to stream. I just play games like that I enjoy by myself, or if you know, I go out sometimes.
Your proposal is much too idealistic. As long as the Black Tide still exists, how can we go back to the old days?
Remember what I previously said? Kefali's core flame is guarded by the secret power of the Council of Elders. Plus, Fagusa's water curtain will be able to block out any external perceptions. Tell me, dear citizens.
This place will become a flame chaser giant soon.
Oh. Could it be, citizens, let's loudly sing the blessed...
After the destruction of the 3 Titans of Calamity, the flame chase journey will have to end.
The members of the Council of Elders are cheering in excitement.
This is bad.
Anaxa, pray tell. Everything that you've mentioned hinges on the premise that we can find Thanatos'...
Thank you, Lady Aglaya, for still caring about this city. For Castorus, Idonia's goddess of death, will surely find Thanatos under my guidance.
What? With that, I solemnly promise that thereafter, if we are able to garner the support of all of you at the Citizens' Assembly...
With the balance shattered, the result is clear. Akama has chosen her.
Aglaya, dear Aglaya.
Wag your tongue as much as you like. Since the flame chase journey has been preordained by the prophecy.
Well then, I guess we'll find out if that's true at the Citizens' Assembly.
Legacy announces the conclusion of the debate and the attendees part ways. Hey, look this. Okay.
Well, it seems that when I sent you to look for Anaxa, I unintentionally facilitated your partnership with him instead.
My apologies, everyone. I know that you have many questions to ask me. I will answer them to the best of my knowledge.
In that case...
What happened to you? No.
In actuality, he showed me a past that was both long and heavy.
The reason I say this is as I've mentioned earlier. The answer was hidden in my journey unto death.
500 followers is cool. Yeah. Probably a number that I never expected to get, to be honest.
Anaxa, you were in the Netherrealm?
Yes, I am but a living dead man now. But that's not important. What truly matters is, I overheard a conversation between heroes.
Oh, Castrus POV.
Have you heard of this tale before? A tale about the ocean god's treasured pearl. It was a seaside town which enjoyed the ocean breeze and glorious, peaceful times, thanks to the wisdom of its ruling queen. Until one day, an evil dragon descended upon the town. Its wings were large enough to blot out the sun, while its claws were sharp enough to rip the waves apart. It barged into the tall tower and devoured the queen's beloved daughter. It even settled itself in her bedroom, like a tyrant king. The queen assembled 300 warriors who managed to subdue the evil dragon by chaining it up. However, when the queen slit open the dragon's belly, she realized that the princess had long since been digested, and all that was left of her was a pile of bones.
Solo or squad? For what?
The queen wept for
Solo or
several
squad for
days.
what?
It was then that a devious, smooth-talking scholar arrived at the palace and suggested that the princess could be revived through the use of dragon bone and dragon blood. That liar called this process the secret art of alchemy. The princess was reborn! The queen was overjoyed, blissfully unaware that the evil dragon's soul still lurked within the princess's body. As revenge, the evil dragon swallowed the poor queen, the glib liar.
Oh no, it's ideal to have like a like a whole squad, because the characters, I guess, they all like help each other with, you know, they all support each other. It helps to. You can't really do anything solo. You can't just play with one character. You have to build a team, basically. And that team is what's gonna help you to, like, you know, be able to
Death had consumed all. Thereafter, our hometown fell into
complete
ruin
the stuff.
as well.
Until?
Actually, I don't know what happened next either.
Oh my. It seems that you still like to whet people's appetites even after all this time, Pelixia.
What's your favorite character? This character called the Herta.
So,
basically, that's my
according to
favorite
your
character so
story,
far.
This is how I used to look. It's practically a mirror image. And yet, what exactly is this?
A miracle that I created with alchemy. As for what it is and how I was able to accomplish it, I'll keep the answers to myself for now.
Oh, my goodness. Is this cliffhanger really necessary?
Quiet, Titan. Continue to enjoy this splendid play, and the truth will naturally reveal itself.
dragon, huh? I've heard this legend before.
In that case, what do you think of it?
I think that this so-called alchemy was a tenuous analogy added to the story by future generations. After all, you've never heard of a tradition of alchemy in your hometown before, have you?
Indeed. Before I left home to pursue my education, I never even knew that anybody was looking into this area of study.
Therefore, we can just treat this tale as a fable told to young children.
A fable, you say? If so, what moral is it trying to impart to the kids?
I guess it might be the concept of equivalent exchange?
Oh? I thought the moral might be closer to something like honor the dead. What? At a loss for words?
No, I merely realized that we're both thinking of the same principle. If life is priceless, then there is hardly anything else in this world that is of equal weight to it, right?
Indeed. As expected of the wisest scholar in the land.
You flatter me. Why don't I ask you a question as well, as a form of equivalent exchange?
Of course.
If I imparted my knowledge, would you use it?
What? What kind of strange question is this? I got it. You're just trying to get me to tell you whether I like anyone, right?
Let's just leave it at that.
Death is inevitable. In the days to come, I'm certain that someone whom I cherish deeply will leave me for good if such a mighty power really existed. I think I would use it without hesitation. After all, you, me, and the rest will all have to face that. My time is finally here. However, perhaps because of my firm belief in the immeasurable
Where are you
value
from?
of life.
I'm just gonna say the US. I'm not gonna go into specifics, but just the US.
You shall wither, and through that, the dead will sprout again from the remains, and be reborn with the dead flame. It is a pity that fate is such a cruel mistress.
Is there no other way of interpreting those words?
I'm afraid that the meaning is clear. Between my sister and me, one
Glasgow.
Our trial can only be completed when the one chosen
Is that in
sacrifices
Scotland?
her life. I'm afraid that the prophecy might even have selected a pair of twins for the
Fortune makes fools of us all.
My sister is prepared to sacrifice herself. And yet, I can't do the same. How absurd. My time is almost up, but what should we do?
Since Chaos is willing to guide all of us and leave this trial to the end...
That's right. Don't allow the fog of an uncertain future to cloud your mind.
Trial, prophecy, but these three people must not have left their names in the epics. Otherwise, I would have some recollection of this.
Amphorius' history before the Titans were born was complete chaos. I have long held
Calypso. And this warrior.
Regarding this Manias.
Of course.
Yo, it has been a while. How you doing? How you doing, Weeb?
Made up your mind.
It has been a while.
Yes, this is the safest course of action.
Completely separating courage, honor, tenacity, sacrifice and reason.
Doing all right?
You really know how to make things difficult.
No. Oh, I appreciate it. Appreciate it. A little question for you? Yeah, what's up?
Young lady, witness my fall and demise. Lady Calypso.
Yeah, I do play that. I do play Project Sekai, but not as much though. But I still do play it frequently. Not as much, but
I do not understand. Why would you dare to sacrifice yourself for a future that you won't get to witness?
Because this is our destiny. The power that resides within me is so intense that I will one day be engulfed by it. Furthermore, a valorous death before glorious return has always been the path I chose.
did you get the movie, Riku? No, I did not. I actually haven't been playing for a while now, but maybe I should come back to
Let's
it.
chat, young lady. Perhaps I shouldn't end my journey so
I'm assuming
hastily.
I don't really have a goal with streaming, you know? I just stream for fun, you know? And try to entertain people. That's it. That's all. No goal at all.
As the embodiment
Well,
of
I guess you could say that's a goal, but
he
no, there's
entrusted
not
his
really
life
other.
to us and allow. That means that what I'm currently seeing before my eyes is, in fact.
Looks like one hypothesis of mine has already been proven true. These heroes are the true forms of the Titans. Before they attain
It was a free 4-star you can get from watching the movie that came out. Okay. Well, I have never seen the movie, so I haven't seen the movie, but
Elixia is the previous form of Thanatos? But
if this is true, as long as we can find out where she went, we'll naturally be able to figure out the location of the Death Titan.
But before that, we first.
Hymn of Dawn.
Nikador's courage.
I've heard that.
Honor, courage,
And finally,
Reason.
the old.
Cheer up, young lady. There is no need to shed tears over a glorious death.
All farewells in this world.
No, young lady. As a warrior, I have witnessed too many bitter deaths. But now, all I feel is peace. I did not know until this moment that mortals could live their lives in such a way.
Although only a sliver of your soul remains, you remain so optimistic. Or maybe the truth is that you aren't able to feel sorrow any.
To be honest, I don't know either. But I am certain of one thing. This is not an acceptance of death.
What type of movies you watch? I'm not really a movie person, to be honest. I don't really watch movies that much, unless they really intrigue me.
I am just enjoying what remains of my life to the fullest.
Enjoying?
Indeed. Along this journey that we've taken together, not only have I changed the world, I myself have also changed in the process. And now I have reached the journey's end. When I look back and see the grand epic that I've personally written, how could I not revel in that fact?
But when you depart the mortal realm, separation and death are two sides of the same coin.
Finally, the first time I returned from the battlefield, I felt extremely hollow. The calamity had devoured everybody on the battlefield but me. When I returned to the city alone, the citizens held a banquet for me that was far from pleasant. It was late into the night by the time the banquet ended. My head still reeling, I returned alone to the barracks. On the way back, I encountered someone. It was a crazed scholar looking at the night sky and muttering to himself by the side of the road. Do you think that it'd be better? To my surprise, he shrugged his shoulder.
How does someone who is currently experiencing death, dying and living, afford the same amount of bliss? Now please go away and don't block my starlight.
Are you trying to say that there is no difference between living and dying? For they are both journeys that lead toward death?
That's exactly what life is, and death is. But a scale to measure how valuable the journey was. Journeys and epics are only glorious and magnificent because all things eventually fade to dust. Therefore, young lady, don't detest your fate.
The embodiment of strife, telling me about the majesty of the world.
Indeed. I believe that when the fated moment eventually arrives, you will be able to understand my words. It is time for me when that moment finally comes.
I knew this day would eventually come.
Are the both of you ready?
Polixia. I'm here.
Bam. Yep. So which time do you usually stream? Typically I usually stream at night. My time. It just so happens that today I'm able to stream early.
What? This
is quite interesting indeed.
So the cast doesn't know that she has a sister until now?
Is this Polixia's sister?
I guess not. Okay, yeah, I guess she's finding out that she has a sister.
Is it me?
Now, it's time for us to fulfill our promises.
How does she not remember this? Well, I guess maybe... Well, they don't remember anything at all.
What are you afraid of?
That I
Stop
won't be
me,
able to
like,
do it.
yeah, no problem, no problem. If you can't, then it's fine, it's fine.
You shall wither, and through that, the dead will sprout again from the remains, and be reborn with the dead flame. As foretold in the prophecy, and according to our vows, once it all ends, we must face our fated moment head on.
Even if it was prophesized, do we have no say in the matter? Let me do it, sister. Let me be death sacrifice. I was never long for this world anyway. I was the one who wasted your life after all.
You're wrong, Polixia. I don't think that my life was wasted. Just the opposite. When I finally arrived at this destination and looked back at the journey I took, I discovered that flowers had long since bloomed along the path I walked.
So back to what I was saying, you could like a Miku for the free character. I got a ton. I was trying to give friends speakers to say hi to people I don't know. Oh, okay. Yeah, sure. If you're actually, yeah.
It was you who sowed the seeds for this sea of flowers. One that is more beautiful than the promised land at the end of the world. Besides, I have lived a fulfilling life. Even though I was fated for sacrifice, none of the things that I've experienced will dissipate. Instead,
they'll forever live on as memories inside your head. Will they not?
I can't give this one a listen stay. No, yeah, sure. I would gladly have a code if you do have a lot of them.
How could my memories of you ever compare to the actual you?
You mean yourself or commissions? Oh, I had a commission. There's no way I can make something like this.
Well then, tell me.
She's so pretty, but I will not be playing Honkai.
What exactly are we?
I already have six other gachas I manage. Yeah, same here, but I still play Honkai.
But regardless of what the answer
I still
is,
play Honkai
regardless of how
as
we're
one of my
shaped by
mains.
others, or even ever since we were born, the fact
I have a
that
lot of
we
other
existed
gacha
was
games that I play.
predestined, and nothing
So yeah, I am in the same boat as you. I'm going nuts,
This is
but
why I will always be by your side.
just you gotta pick and choose. Gotta pick and choose what to play.
We're twins, after all. All right, my dear Polixia. It's time to extract my heart and light the flame of death. After that, use it to plant the first bud in the prophesied new world.
You was it enter your bank? I mean, yeah, it was quite the money, but it wasn't that bad.
Would you use it to resurrect someone you loved?
Death is inevitable. If such a mighty power real, even now, my answer remains the same.
I also do WAAAAA and ZZ main.
This is why.
Okay,
sister,
okay. Yeah, I played those too.
I promise you.
I played those as well.
In the prophesied new world, I shall plant.
I know. I think those are like my those are my like big three that I play.
Return to the ocean gods.
It goes from
our hometown.
It goes from Star Rail to Wuthering Waves to Zenless Zone. But those are like the three big I play mainly, I guess. But then I have others gacha games that I somewhat play frequently, but not as much as those three.
Remember, do not look back on the land of the dead, and do not stop moving. In the new world promised by the prophecy, march toward your new life.
Creating something. I mean something new? I don't know. Praying right now I need Vivian and Jane. Yeah. I'm currently going for Vivian as well.
Let me be the one to pay it.
And then I'm gonna go for what is it? The Yuxuan, the 2.0 character that's coming out. Yuxuan, I don't know. Yixuan.
Everybody, we've come to the end. Unfortunately, I am not compatible with the Supreme Being, so I was unable to completely fuse their soul into my own body. I'm certain of this now. Before the Titans that we are well acquainted with were born, a group of heroes roamed the land. These heroes followed a prophecy and took possession of divine authorities one by one, until they eventually became the pantheon of the new world. Just like the flame chase journey of today, Amphorius's history is cyclical in nature.
Huh. What a startling revelation. This means that the demigods, who bear the core flames will also become the new titans at the world's end, thereby shaping a new world?
I believe that this
Yeah, I don't
is
know.
the
Whoever
truth
the new
behind the Era Nova, as mentioned in the
the
prophecy.
2.0 character, that's it. That's all. It's Vivian and then
This
her.
is... Besides, those twins in the past, even if they really are...
Are their whereabouts truly unknown? Didn't Polixia mention that seaside town? The birth in our world, there exists a city which perfectly matches that description.
But the people there worship Fagusa and bear no relation to Thanatos. I've also never been to that place, as in the time of Idonia.
I focus my brain cells on Vivian and Jane.
It had long
And then
turned
what
into
about
underwater ruins.
Yeah, for sure.
Take this.
This is...
The new Sporist masterpiece, the Philosopher's Stone. It was made by transmuting all of the sage's wisdom into a single entity, with their flesh and blood as its foundation. Remember, I've mentioned before that think about the story of the dragon. This stone will lead you to your real hometown, allowing you to reform the door to the Netherrealm and discover Thanatos' fate.
You still look as confident in your victory as ever. But what if your conjecture is wrong?
Simple. However, my line of thinking will not fail, because actions speak louder than words, Castoris. With the assembly of...
I've already searched for so long. I'm willing to try one more time. While we converse, his life is also slowly slipping away. But before I leave, I have another question. What exactly did we witness just now?
He's just IRL. Alright, yeah, for sure.
That was the world imprinted in Kefali's soul. If we are to prove its existence, you must take the final step.
I understand.
Hey, child...
Don't get antsy. I still remember the question you posted. As a scholar, I do not wish to offer up ambiguous conclusions. Let's discuss this topic again when she manages to find the evidence.
I merely wanted to ask, if so...
Why not? When I was a child, I lost someone dear to me. When I was a teenager, I lost my faith. A while back, although you saved my life, I also lost my soul in the process. Now I'm merely forsaking my body. What's the big deal?
Why are you always finding ways to die? Isn't it good to be alive?
This is but a necessary sacrifice on my path to transform into the purest of them all.
Can some...
No, it's just the opposite. If my hypothesis is correct, it means that I can actually ascend to godhood and reshape this absurd world that you all have created.
Jeez, okay.
That's a lot to take in at once.
Lady Aglaia, please.
Go on.
You know that the core flame of death has always been the greatest unknown regarding the Era Nova, which is why both you and Kainis desire to gain the power to control that core flame in the approaching... Professor Anaxa has come to a consensus with Kainis. They want to suspend the trial once Thanatos' core flame is reclaimed, hoping thus to eradicate death from this world. If they're successful, then but I know this runs counter to your wishes. So long as we do not usher in Era Nova, the Black Tide will never be eradicated. Even with Lord Mighty on the front line, and the Black Tide not posing an immediate risk, the danger nevertheless remains. Honestly, It's difficult for me
What?
to assess the
What does
pros
that
and
even mean?
cons in this decision. But someone must bring the core flame before we can begin negotiations over it. The Titan could be very near.
What are
I cannot let
you
this
trying to
chance
say?
slip by. Besides, someone has to make this trip to bring back Mr. Soul.
Well said. You already had every reason to seek an audience with Thanatos. It's that great performer who has weaponized your wishes. A world without death.
If fate dictates that my path must oppose yours, I will do all I can to resist it. And Lord Mighty showed me that without taking the first step...
I have always hoped to hear you speak your mind, Cass. And at Styxia. I visited that place in the past. Though it is now an island surrounded by the... Go. I will not stand in your way. As for you, you are someone who has cheated death. I believe you have more than enough reason to make the trip with Castris and meet Castoris. I too look forward to your journey.
Thank you, Lady
I hate to put a damper on this heartwarming moment, but if Styxia is now an island surrounded by the River of Souls torrents...
The answer is quite in the midst. Zagreus once made the domain of the dead their treasure vault. That is to say, they could enter and leave the nether realm as they pleased. And if they could do that, then it follows that the demigod who inherited their divinity must be capable of the same. I'll see you at Memorial Palace at Action Hour tomorrow. Cypher shall be your guide to finding that ancient city.
The tumultuous day finally comes to an end. Everyone disperses, each lost in their own thoughts. Painless recollection. Alright, I think this is probably the halfway point, I think, of the story. No fighting, to be honest. There hasn't been much fighting at all in this. No battles at all. It's all dialogue. And some cutscenes. Curious on my mind. Like what? Do you mean? Alright, who we got now? Oh, okay. We got Hyacinth, Castris, and... Okay. Idea or next? I don't know. I just come up with stuff on the spot. I don't really... usually just plan stuff that are last minute. Unless I really have like a thing that's laid out. Alright, so we're missing... who are we missing? We're missing Cypher. And yeah. So we have Cypher's... Alright, cool.
Is the debate finally over? Did you win?
The upper hand is ours. We dashed them, we tied. We managed to win them ourselves.
What a glorious defeat. You sure know how to look on the bright... Well, moving on. I borrowed a mountain of books from Cass to see if I could find a way to solve your problem. Let's see. Only 32 Really? Oh, that's fantastic news. I knew it. Hard work always pays off. Especially if you're as diligent as Ma'am. I feel like a huge burden has finally been lifted off my shoulders. Why are my eyelids so heavy?
Maybe we can take it. As there was a custom mem was astonishing dexterity slipped back into their secret little hideaway. Bum ba dum ba da ba da dum ba ba da bum. Okay, I think this is good to stop, to be honest. I think we're halfway done with this story. I'm not sure though. I think we are halfway done, but I think I shall take my leave now.
I don't know how long I'll be able to live like this.
What's up? What's up? Before I take my leave, what's up? What is do you want? What is that you're gonna ask? Do you have a chibi bottle? Oh, no, but I would like one. I would like to have one, but I don't currently have one. It'd be nice to have one, but yeah, I don't really. Maybe if I have the money. If I have the money to do it. Yeah, we are maxed out.
This place is rich with the sweet scent of flowers.
We have some amazing goods left over for you here at abacuses, books, and silver.
How much do you think a chibi model would cost? I'm not sure. I think it depends on who you look for or who you are. I think it depends who the artist is, because they can charge very cheap, but then it could also look somewhat okay. But then it could be expensive, but then it looks really good. So I don't know. It really depends, honestly. And you just gotta compare. which is you know, which is a good price and looks good.
Wheeltide Spring is in season.
Also, oh, is that so? Is that so? If you can. Yeah, maybe if I think about it, maybe I will, but not really looking into right now, to be honest, especially with how I am busy with stuff. I can't really stream that much, so I don't really think Chibi would be ideal for now. Maybe if I really go back.
This place is rich with the sweet scent of flowers. Can we stay here for a while longer?
Okay, wait. Yeah, I mean, if you want to join my server, and then feel free.
A new model of wristwatch by the Sten.
Alright, I'm gonna head out. I need to do some stuff, so yep. I need to dip. I don't even know what I was doing. I was supposed to end earlier, but yep, I need to get on out of here. I don't know when I'll renew the story. I don't know when, to be honest. It could be, I don't know, this week, next week, I don't know, to be honest, but alright. Discord server not work. Really? It not work? It no work. Okay, hold on. Let me try and fix this. Oh no, there you go. It just said that you just joined right now. Yeah, it literally just says. Okay, well. Anyways.